I've been asked to introduce this film because I really am an advisor to a junior high bike club, and I really do teach traffic safety education full-time. So I see the safety education problem from both viewpoints. Bicycles and autos can safely share the same roads, but the drivers of each must know and follow the same rules of the road, accept the same driving responsibility, and respect each other's rights. That's what this film is all about. Most of the film is self-explanatory. Where it isn't, I'll explain as we go along. Notice the stop signs.
I see your operator's license today, sir.
License? Since when do I have to have a license to drive a bicycle?
Well, it's not required that you have an operator's license, but I do need some form of identification.
What did I do?
Mr. Jones, were you aware of the stop sign back at 15th Northeast and 135th?
I saw the stop sign, but that's for motor vehicles, not bicycles.
Well, it's also for bicycles. Bicycles are construed as being vehicular traffic, and you have to comply with the laws whether you ride a bicycle or drive a vehicle.
You mean you're putting a moving violation on my driving record?
No, I'm not going to issue you a moving violation, but had you caused the vehicle to swerve or stop, I would issue you a moving violation, but I'm going to give you a verbal warning and write a warning citation. Mr. Jones, I'd like to remind you to possibly review your driving habits. Again, bicycles are vehicular traffic, and you must comply with the rules of the road, just as other vehicles do. Thank you.
A lot of bikes.
My goodness, I didn't realize we'd have quite the selection.
This boy's 14 years old today. He's too grown up for toy bikes,
Really?
too young for a driver's license. For his birthday, he gets to pick a 10-speed.
Which ones are very good. I don't know how they are.
As it stands, this is a daylight machine.
Oh, is it legal to sell a bike without lights and reflectors?
Most of our customers will be running this thing strictly in the daytime. For those who want to ride at night, we have a wide selection of
Jim, can you guarantee me you're not going to ride this bike at night?
Yeah, except for basketball practice. I might get caught coming home in the dark because it gets dark so early.
She knows about bicycles at night. They can be invisible 30 feet from a car. Pedal flashers help. A big reflector helps more. This 3-incher far outshines the taillight. More help, a white jacket and a leg light. Better yet, reflective cloth strips. Common sense says the more the better.
Well, then I don't want you to bring it home until you have lights on it.
Okay.
Can I help you here?
Oh,
I'm interested in a bike for some touring and from going around town, school, stuff like that. It's for my birthday.
Okay, follow me over here.
A bike should fit. Standing flat-footed astride, this bike's too small. This too big, dangerously so. This just right, an inch of clearance. Gear shifts. In a crash, these could spear you. Here, they're okay. Here, safe enough, but exposed to breakage. A bike that will carry things gets more use. Rear-mounted carriers don't upset the steering and balance.
How's this set?
Yeah, those will do. Yeah, nice and light.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I also like gear shifts move down here.
Okay.
And then a 3-inch rear reflector, and then a rear carrier also.
Okay. Should be able to have it for you tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, thanks a lot.
When the shop's finished with Jim's new bike, it's prepared for the kind of use its driver has in mind. But who's prepared its driver? Where would a common-sense bicyclist go for this knowledge? Where motorists go, of course.
Hello, may
Hi.
I help you today?
yes, I'd like to apply for a learner's permit.
Fine. Have you studied our driving manual?
Yes, I have.
Fine. That'd be a $2 fee then, and some indemnification.
No state lets people drive cars without preparation.
There's the money.
That's fine. The smallest line of letters that you can read clearly.
They have to meet minimum physical requirements.
ELD.
They take driver's knowledge tests with electronic scoring. Having passed,
This is your instruction permit. I would like to point out that it is valid for 6 months. Also, that you must be accompanied by a licensed Washington driver with a minimum of 5 years' experience while operating a vehicle.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Yes, do you have a booklet that has rules of the road in it?
Yeah, the driver's guide, sir.
A bicycle driver learns it himself or goes without,
There you are, sir.
Thank you very much.
probably because he risked no life but his own.
Now at this next street, turn right.
But examiners make sure that motorists qualify before the state issues licenses to drive alone in traffic. The young bicyclist must rely on his own common sense as to whether or not to ride in rush hour traffic.
How you like it, Mom?
That's a real nice bike, Jim. You're going to have to mow a lot of lawns to pay for it.
Let's just put it in the car and let me go someplace and ride it.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just going over my hand signals. I'm going to go for my driver's license next year and might as well start learning about them. Just you hand signals. You can use them on your bike, too.
What are you doing for?
Just driver's ed. You can learn how to drive on a bike. So might as well start now. Wait later. You want to follow me?
Sure.
The hand signals have been standard since the early days of the automobile. It takes a little practice to steer and balance while using one hand to signal.
That wasn't too bad, but we're too far away from the curb. Let's try it again. Just follow me here.
For some reason, and this isn't unusual, Jim sets his mind on developing an adult skill, driving in traffic. On these quiet streets, he used to play with a high-rise bike. Now he works on good execution. Now he's working on left turns, critical maneuvers for all drivers. In light traffic, he handles his bike just as though it were an auto. Here's the type of left turn that works where there's a lot of oncoming traffic. Notice how he stays on the right. That's part one of his left turn. Part two, he makes as a pedestrian. This way he avoids stopping in the middle of a busy intersection. Once across, he takes to the street and proceeds. Planning a left turn at rush hour, he takes to the sidewalk, riding if it's legal, pushing if it's not. The idea is to cross two sides of the intersection as a pedestrian. He avoids riding through on the right because a lot of cars are making right turns. He completes his left turn without ever getting out in the middle of dense traffic. We call this defensive driving. When riding in a car, he begins to see driving behavior with new eyes.
Yeah, I got a new game.
Oh yeah, what is that?
It's called What's He Pretending? See the guy in the green car up there?
Yeah.
What's he pretending?
Oh, maybe that he's a race car driver.
No, he's a knight on a green horse. He's bugging the peasants.
Watch out there, there's some small children up there.
Couple drum majors leading a parade.
It's not legal what they're doing, is it?
No, that's not legal. They can't block traffic. They can ride single file, but not two abreast like that. Look at that biker. Wonder what he's pretending to be. He's passing on the right there.
He thinks he's a ghost. The road's big enough for him and the car, too.
Now he's pretending his own stupidity is the other guy's fault.
For crying out loud, what you trying to do? Kill me?
Look out!
I see him, but I just don't believe him.
They're just pretending.
Pretending they're what?
Mosquitoes looking for a windshield.
Jim's learning. The question is he learning the things that will help him survive? Let's see.
Hey, Dean, did you ever wonder how far the average driver can go without making a mistake?
Oh, about 10 blocks, maybe 20 if he's real good. 4 or 5 is below average.
Jim has the green light. Why the slow signal?
Say, that kid's quite a defensive driver.
Here's why. A right turn on red, right in front of him.
Hey, let's go get that guy.
Please go down to the next intersection and turn right and stop.
I'm just fed up with these crazy kids and their bikes anyway.
Sir, you better be thankful that kid's a first-class defensive driver. Otherwise, he'd be on his way to the hospital, and you'd have more to be concerned about than this traffic citation.
Well, since when does a bike have the right-of-way anyway?
According to the traffic code, bicycle riders have the same rights and responsibilities as a motor vehicle operator.
105th, and it's LA 55537.
Okay, James, if we need you, we'll call you.
Okay.
By the way, how'd you know he was going to pull that stunt?
Well, I was watching him, and when I saw him about to turn, I pulled in. That's just about it.
Well, take it from a guy who's seen it all. You're some kind of a driver.
Okay, thanks a lot.
See you later.
So, he's some kind of driver. Sure, when he's by himself, but in unguarded moments, he can forget it all. Just like, well, he said it himself. Mosquitoes looking for a windshield.
See something we didn't? Come on, Jim. Hurry up. We'll never get to the park. Come on, let's go. Come on, James. Move!
In the middle of an arterial? Think it over, Jim. Are you going to use them for an alibi? Stay a kid? Playing in the street? Whether on a bike or in a car, to become a first-class driver, you either drive alone or you seek out company with the same interest. Okay, hey, here's Jim. Looks like he's got a new bike.
Here, buddy.
Hi, Jim.
How's it going?
Hey, got your new bike, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, that really looks nice.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. This is Shattuck. Is it too late to join the club?
Well, it's too late for the trip that we have scheduled here. Look, you've got to know the rules of the road, and we also have to have your parents' consent. I'm really sorry, but hey, look, how about next week? We've got a 25-mile trip planned, and why don't you see me Monday, and I'll bet you we can come up with something, okay?
Okay.
All righty.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, take care of that new bike.
Okay. Have fun.
It's one thing to study for yourself. It's another when you know you'll be tested, and you'll be riding with people who really know the book. Hey, hold it down. Look at, hey guys, it's getting time to go. Jim, our new member's going to recite what are the rules of the road?
To promote safe and orderly flow of our traffic on our roads.
Why should you follow the rules of the road?
Because if I don't, I can't expect anybody else to.
Oh, you mean we always follow the rules of the road?
We try, but it isn't easy.